Okay, this is Time Vice. I'm back for the second part of this match. Um, Playing as Udyr still. I'm coming up top here to get these two neutrals up top, the speed buff and the cooldown reduction slash attack speed buff. Silent and Moku are again wreaking havoc downstairs in the bottom lane. Looks like they get one, maybe, no, just one kill. They trade kills there. In a 2 versus 3, mind you. Yeah, but they're pretty low, and Moku's doing an excellent job of pushing that lane and keeping them from getting experience and last hitting. I'm going to come around here and try to get in on this, surprise them a bit after getting that speed buff. That's extremely useful on Udyr. That speed buff is deadly, as you can see there. I came out of nowhere and was able to finish their Mundo off. And now we're just going to push this lane. Looks like I got a few last hits there. They have 2 down now, so he's going to pop his ult and heal us in this tower, and we should be able to get it most of the way down, although we are level still, so they'll be back in no time. Yeah, we got a good chunk of damage off of it. Next go at it, we should take it down. Now we're going to swing back, retreat a bit, and grab Lizard, continuing to keep our jungle advantage, build up on experience, gold, and of course the buff itself. You can see the score here again if the resolution isn't too bad. And again, it looks like I'll be farming it up. It's going to get to a point where they just cannot fight us, and they do play extremely safely, and we're not gonna make any stupid mistakes. So you're gonna see some really passive play here for a while. Well, we're just continuing to build up an even bigger advantage because they're unable to push out anywhere for fear of fighting us. And we're just gonna control all the buffs, every single jungle creep, and build that advantage until we can confidently push their tower while they're at the tower, because they're not gonna leave it. A little bit about our team composition: Janna, Udyr, and Annie. This is more of almost like just a steamrolling composition. You're not going to see us jumping out of bushes or like there's different comps, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You can have like a blitzcrank for kind of like a guerrilla warfare. You're going to hide and try to pick your fights, pick them off 1 or 2 at a time. With this, we're going to want to, once we get to a certain point where we're fed enough, we're going to get to a point where we can just stick together and just keep pushing. You'll see it later. Push right through the towers and just ignore them. Go straight to the base, basically. And there's not much they can do to stop it. With Janna's shield, her heal, Whirlwind takes him out, my shield in turtle stance, Annie's got stuns, massive damage. There's not a whole lot you can do against it, especially if you have a bad early game. Which they did. I don't know about Tristana for their pick there. That was a big factor in the way this game went. I think if you can't at least I don't know, challenge that early game fight, it's not going to go well because it's just downhill. We got another kill on Mundo there. He was trying to be Mundo. I'm sure you've seen many cases where Mundo's just run around being goofy and doesn't ever have any consequences because of his ultimate. But we were able to get him there. We're going to grab Dragon here, build a bigger advantage. Again, you hear me saying that a lot, but that is the key to winning the game, is just getting advantage any way you can. My items there, I bought a Phage to go along with my Sheen. I still haven't completed my boots. And I bought a red crystal because, again, talking about that steamrolling composition, I think I will throw the locket into my build this game. If I don't get to it, that's what I was planning on doing. I don't recall, because then, yeah, there's really nothing they can do. We can just push straight through. And that's going to be what we want to do. We want to just push all the towers down, because in a team fight, if we get to the point where we're all level 18, they're probably gonna win because they've got that zillion. And there's nothing harder. The only thing harder than taking down one level 18 Mundo is taking him down again after he revives. And we definitely don't want to see that. You can see some talk here. I apologize for that. I made a joke and they took it poorly because they were talking some trash early. See here, Zillion ulted himself, and yeah, he wasted that ult. We're gonna end up getting him anyways. And Tristana's doing everything she can to defend that tower. Janna doing an excellent job of giving everything she can. Gets out with under 100 health. We're still fighting him here, pushing him out. I'm able to fight in the tower to an extent, and we're going to be able to push this tower down. I believe we should be able to. Annie took a little more of the tower damage than she'd like to there, and yeah, I believe she tries to blue pill in that bush, which is a mistake because Mundo's just going to harass. Yeah, almost gets a kill there. I'm going to go and stand in front just to make sure. But yeah, I was saying I made a comment because earlier in the pregame chat one of their, not all of them, Godforsaken wasn't saying anything, but one of their characters was talking a little trash. I know people like to do it every once in a while. I don't like to do it, except when they initiate it. Then there's nothing better than throwing it back in their face. But anyways, x17's an old clan, long-standing reputation in League of Legends. They're a big clan. I haven't seen too much in actual competitive play or actual results, I guess. But they got some good players. They got some questionable players. I'll just say that and leave it at that. But yeah, we've got a solid lead here. And as I mentioned earlier, this is the part of the game where it's all kind of passive, and we're just gonna build up an even bigger advantage. And you know, I think I'm just gonna skip ahead actually in this commentary, because you don't want to see me running around getting lizard repetitively and dragon repetitively over and over and over again, because that's basically what happens. They stay in their base and we farm the lanes, and I get these buffs every single time they come up. And I mean, I would recommend surrendering if it's at that point for the other team. I don't know what they expected, but yeah. So it's going to be drawn out a bit, but we're not going to make the mistake of rushing in early. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead now. Okay, and we're back here at the end of the game. All we did was farm a whole bunch, and we pushed that bottom tower and inhib out the same way we're doing it here. Bear stance straight in, turtle stance, stun, push them out. You can see took no damage and the tower's down, and they're all getting out of there low health. Extremely good composition, good synergy here. Now we're gonna kind of try to keep them at bay, see if we can get the final tower here. Looks like we're not going to be able to. They're just gonna fountain hug for a while. Good rule of thumb when you're fighting here: do not overextend. They don't have any hooks or anything like that. I guess Tristana could jump over and ult us in if she's pretty savvy. But you want to stay behind that second step from the top on the steps up to the fountain. You're pretty safe as long as you don't go past that second step from the top. Then you're gonna start getting your face melted away by that laser. As you can see, we got pushed off a bit. I go back by a locket, and looks like I started a malady. Probably should have just bought an elixir and went, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Anyways, that's just gonna make our staying power even stronger to push this tower, since our goal now is just to push the tower and kill the Nexus. I don't really care about killing Mundo just so he can come back again. I don't want to mess with them. Just get down there, push all the way through, and try to win this game. You can see here she's chasing Mundo down. Oh, looks like she got him. And that's going to make this job a whole lot easier. Just going to melt this down. Yeah, the key to getting to this is just the solid early game. Just pick a composition to where you're going to win that early fight, and buy elixirs if you have to, or Dorn's items. That's the game. Hopefully I'll be back soon. Let me know if you have any tips or suggestions for these audios. Thanks. Bye.